to get this recipe started, we are going to start with our wet ingredients. So we're going to start with our fat-free Greek yogurt. You can use regular yogurt if you have it on hand, or the only difference is the higher protein content, which is why I'm using the Greek yogurt. Okay, so like I said, we're doing half a cup. Make sure you even it out properly. Okay, that looks about right. Add that into our bowl. So the reason we're using Greek yogurt, and you're going to see in a moment applesauce in our recipe, is because we're not using any butter or oil in this recipe, and we still want it to bake and rise like a normal recipe. So it's actually pretty cool and pretty unique. So our next ingredient is our applesauce that I told you. This is actually 1/4 of a cup of applesauce in case you're measuring it out on your own. This is a perfect serving. So I'm going to go ahead and add that in here. This is sugar-free applesauce, by the way, so there's no sugar added. You just have the sweetness from the apple itself. Our next ingredient is going to be our skim milk. This is 6 ounces, 3/4 of a cup. Okay, we have our egg. Make sure not to get any shells in your recipe. Perfect. This is a large egg in case you were wondering. So what we have next is our extract. So I'm going to do vanilla extract because you can't have a muffin without vanilla extract. This is going to be a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Okay, if you like a little bit more, feel free to add it. And what I did last time I baked these muffins was I used maple extract, and it gave it a fantastic smell and aroma to it. But this time I'm actually going to go ahead and use pure maple syrup. So I'm going to go ahead and add a teaspoon of that as well. Very nice. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and mix our wet ingredients. We want everything to be incorporated properly. We want our egg to break down with the milk and the Greek yogurt and the applesauce. So I'm going to go ahead and mix this until it's even. Start out slow and then speed it up at a proper speed. Once you see all the wet ingredients have been incorporated evenly, we're going to go ahead and add in our dry ingredients. So again, like I said, very fluid. We're going to go ahead and add in our dry ingredients now. So the first thing we're going to start with is 2 cups of whole wheat pastry flour. You want to make sure you get whole wheat pastry flour, not just whole wheat flour. Usually whole wheat flour is used for breads. This is used more for cookies, pies, pie crusts, and it actually says that on the bottom. Muffins, pastries, in case you're curious and in case you don't really know. So we're going to go ahead and add 2 cups. That's 1. Awesome. Set that aside. The next ingredient is going to be our sugar. So for today we are using cane sugar. This is going to be 3/4 of a cup. I've actually made this recipe for a friend before, and when I first made it, my friend was actually in a bodybuilding contest prep. So what I did was I used Splenda instead of sugar, so you could save the calories wherever I use sugar. Like I said, we're doing 3/4 of a cup. There we go. Perfect. Put that aside. Our next ingredient is going to be our cinnamon. We're going to use a tablespoon of cinnamon since it is cinnamon muffins. Okay. We have our baking soda and our baking powder, and again we're going to use half a teaspoon of both. Awesome. Okay. Now that all of our ingredients are in here, we're going to incorporate these again, mix these again. We're probably going to do about 20 to 30, 40 seconds, whatever it takes. Again, start slow and then speed it up when things are more incorporated a little bit more evenly. Okay, I always give it a little bit of mix so we don't have flour going all over the place. Give it a little bit of mix and then you can turn this guy on. I'm going to go ahead and turn this off for a moment. I'm going to scrape the sides of the bowl so you make sure that all of the ingredients that are cut off on the sides are getting into the mixture as well. The last thing you want is a chunk of flour in one part of your batch. So go ahead and scrape down the sides. We're going to mix it up again. Awesome. Okay, see, now you're looking, now this is coming along and it looks like a batter. It's a very even consistency. Okay, so we are going to go ahead. These are ready to put into our muffin tins. So there's two things to do with this. You can either make a cinnamon loaf with it, or make a cinnamon muffin. I've done both. So for cinnamon muffins, obviously, I just use these cupcake trays. For cinnamon loaves, I've used these, this little size, and I've gotten 3 different loaves out of it. So it's pretty cool. This is actually my preference. So what I'm going to do, I've already filled these in with liners, and I'm going to go ahead and give these a little spray with oil so they don't stick when they come out the oven. I'm going to go ahead and do 2, just so I can show you, and then I'm going to go ahead and show you the final product. So what I like to do is use ice cream scoopers when I'm dealing with this size these size muffins, because I think it's a perfect size, and then I know that they're all baking at the same time. You know, one isn't overfilled, one isn't small. So we're gonna go ahead and start that off. Fill one right up, and like I said, it doesn't even stick to the ice cream scooper, and it comes right out. It's perfect, and it's a perfect size, perfect amount of batter. Like I said, I'm going to fill up 2, show you how I'm topping it, and then I'm going to show you the final product. So what I'm going to do is top this with a little bit of cinnamon on top, and we're going to do a little bit of cane brown sugar. You can use regular brown sugar. Again, like I said, when I used Splenda before, there's actually a Splenda and brown sugar mixture, which I use for the topping. So what this is going to do, it's going to create a nice little streusel effect, streusel topping effect. So just eyeball this. Make sure you have an even amount of brown sugar to cover the top, because that's going to almost caramelize and just give you a nice little layer. It's going to give you a little crunch too. So I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle this with my hands. Like I said, just enough for you to taste the crunch, but don't do it too much. Don't totally crowd it. Okay, so like I said, I just wanted to show you 2 to see how these are complete. Now again, this is in a 400-degree preheated oven, and this will make approximately 12 to 15 muffins, and it'll take approximately 15, 16, 18 minutes, okay? So go ahead and put these in the oven. I'm going to show you what my final product looked like. I made some of those small loaves the other day. These are fantastic because what you can do with these, slice these up for breakfast, add a little cream cheese or some jam or some peanut butter, some natural peanut butter, and they're just fantastic. And this was the crust that I was telling you about on top. So it's like you almost have a little taste of sugar before you even bite into the muffin. So it's really good. It's a fantastic recipe. So if you want to know the calories or the fat content, these are practically fat-free because again, we use fat-free applesauce. There's no butter, no oil, fat-free Greek yogurt. We used 1 egg, so it's practically fat-free, higher in protein because of the Greek yogurt. You can check out the carbohydrate information and the calorie information on my website, QnootSharafi.com. Make sure you come back for more recipes. Thanks for watching.